What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we are doing a little bit of myth busting. But this relates to this augment right here being roaming redeploy, which states that you gain glider redeploy whenever you gain immunity to fall damage, such as from exiting vines, grind rails, zip lines, or using hop plants. So I want to give this a little bit of two different myth busting tests, one of which is using soaring sprints, which gives you the low gravity effect, gets rid of fall damage, and allows you to jump higher. And then the other one I want to do is to actually use shockwave grenades, which is kind of why I started recording the video early, because these are honestly super hard for me to find for some reason, and I want to see if either of those will actually give you the glider redeploy, or if the description actually needs a slight change here or there. Now, before we continue, I want to mention that today's video is actually sponsored by Opera GX. So if you're tired of your ordinary browser and you're looking to level up your game just like you level up in the Fortnite lobby, Opera GX is the place to be. Unlike your ordinary default browser, which is super boring, Opera GX has some amazing solutions to you, because just like you can customize your loadout in the Fortnite lobby, you can customize the Opera GX browser with unique mods to fit however your style is. For example, here we're on a brand new Opera GX browser and we're going to install the Battle Party mod. Once installed, it's going to have a lot of unique effects going on with it, such as in the bottom left here, enabling, disabling some background music to actually hear. Now, if we go on the sidebar and actually go upwards to the mod icon where my mouse is, we have a lot of options here, from enabling or disabling background music, browser sounds, the theme, the keyboard sounds, the wallpaper, and more, and it's all built into the mod itself here. So if we go to a new tab, you can see how this actual wallpaper affects everything, and then even if we start typing, you can kind of hear the actual sound effect of the typing take effect because of this mod. And even, for example, whenever you open or close a new tab, you have custom sounds as well. So if we opened it, you heard that sound, and then we close it, and you can hear that sound as well. On top of that, there's also the GX Corner, which is your one-stop shop for everything gaming related, so that you don't need to spend any of your V-Bucks and you can save them for some cool skins while getting some great discounts on things in and outside of Fortnite. Now, you might be like, but FireMonkey, changing browsers is hard. However, Opera GX makes it easy with super cool tools such as the Quick Import tool, which allows you to move all of your data and your bookmarks and everything else from one browser all the way over to Opera GX, so nothing's getting lost in the storm circle. Now, of course, on top of that, you also have access to any extension that you might have used on other browsers through the Opera GX system, as they support other browsers' extensions being used in Opera GX itself. So what are you waiting for? Download Opera GX with the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment to support me and get yourself on a better browser today. Alright, now that you're back from that, let's go ahead and tell you guys the main part you need to know about this brand new augment and the whole entire system with it, right? It, based on the description, focuses specifically on zip lines, ascenders, grind rails, all the type of stuff, and based on just the description alone, it feels like a very bad augment to have in the game. A very nerfed version of the original glider redeploy augment we had a few seasons ago, because instead of going ahead and being able just to use glider redeploy literally whenever you want in a match, you're restricted very heavily to just, oh, you have to be on a grind rail, so you have to be over at Mega City, or oh, you have to be over here in the jungle area, or oh, you have to be somewhere like the snow edges where there's a lot of zip lines, or I guess ascenders going upwards, because if you're not in any of those areas, for example, if you're over here where I am in Steamy Springs, you get absolutely no use out of it unless you use it on like the zip lines over there. Now, of course, I am waiting until we get a little bit more golden bars so that we can do a few rerolls here to make sure we get a higher chance of getting the augment, but after we capture this flag, we will be doing the first test, which is actually on the shockwave grenade, because I feel like, if anything, it's got to work on both of these, right? Like, in my mind, based on the description alone here, if it actually does go based on immunity to fall damage, I feel it has to not just be restricted to the zip lines and everything else, but it has to also work on stuff like shockwave grenades, because they give you immunity to fall damage as well, and it just kind of makes sense, right? It would make sense for Epic Games to do some synergy type stuff with augments, because if we look at the menu here, you have stuff that always synergizes together, right? For example, Traversal Warrior, which relates to gaining HP on grind rails, this right here, which is relating to gaining glider redeploy on grind rails, and then even like this right here, which gives you the slap effect when you're on grind rails, ascenders, all that type of stuff. So it would only make sense for all of those to kind of combine together and work perfectly. So firstly, let's go ahead and do some rerolls real quickly here. Not getting anything I want, which kind of sucks. So we'll just go ahead and take SMG Extended Mag. There we go, soaring sprints. All right, sweet. We're going to be able to do some good testing here now. So let's go ahead and grab the final augment we need. The rest don't really matter. And let's do our first test, which is just to use this. And we actually do get to use the glider redeploy feature, future. So that is a good thing to know. If you have this augment and you manage to have the glider redeploy, or I guess, shockwave grenades in your inventory, they will synergize together perfectly fine, and you are able to actually use them in game in order to get yourself a little bit of a benefit. Now, I just noticed I did a little jump there, and it doesn't look like I got a little thing activated regarding glider redeploy or anything, but it could also be because, I'm nowhere close to, off of the ground or whatnot. So to show how this normally works, we'll go ahead and jump on this zip line and jump off. As you can see, we have access to the normal, just, glider redeploy system with the augment. And then if we go ahead and try jumping up here, I'm noticing that it's not taking effect, but I'm assuming that if we fall from a greater height, that maybe it will. So I'm trying to get up there, but I think right here is good because this is a pretty decent height. So let's go ahead and jump off. And no! I actually can't use it there, but it does get rid of fall damage because of the soaring sprint augment. So that's a little bit of a weird thing to see in the game, that they're like, oh yeah, if it gets rid of fall immunity, you are able to use this augment. So maybe that'll be something they'll change in a future update, but for the final test I really want to do here is combining the two, right? Because we know it works with shockwave grenades, but apparently it doesn't work with soaring sprints. So if we actually use soaring sprints and a shockwave grenade, will it at least boost us super high? Okay, well, we hit a actual air tunnel, which was right above us, but as you did see, it did give us the option to deploy gliders. So it does appear that if you use the shockwave grenade and you actually use soaring sprints on top of it, you will go further in the air and you will be able to actually use glider redeploy. However, you can't use the soaring sprints augment on its own in order to get that glider redeploy effect. So that's something to keep in mind, is that you can't really synergize these augments, but I think it would make perfect sense and honestly be a lot nicer if Epic Games did in the near future update it so you actually had that synergy available to you. So you can go ahead and be like, boom, soaring sprints, boom, this new redeploy augment, which is called, roaming redeploy, and then it's like, boom, you basically have a still slightly nerfed version of the old augment for glider redeploy because, you need stamina in order to do the whole entire sprint mechanic, but at the same time, it would just make it so it's like, okay, you have a very nice combo going on here. You can go speedy mode, going all over the map and everything else, especially jumping off of tall buildings, right? Jumping off of a tall building with soaring sprints is already fun in its own right, but jumping off of a tall building with soaring sprint and then being able to actually have glider redeploy, I think it would just be a nice little touch, right? So that's what I'm kind of hoping for in the future, is by making this video and doing a little bit of myth busting, we can see if they'll actually be able to fix this or, modify it in the near future. And I'm hoping they fix it, right? I'm hoping they add soaring sprint to the list of augments that actually affect the main glider redeploy, instead of just being like, you know what, we're just going to change the description, or anything like that, right? I think it would just be nicer if, they just, instead of trying to change the description, made the augment like the original one we had a few seasons ago, right? Now, of course, it is still going to be nerfed even if they make the changes I want them to make, but it still would be better than what I think we currently have in the game. But of course, I'd love to hear in the comments down below, what do you champs and chambets think about this whole entire augment synergy? I am hoping to find more shockwave grenades here so I can showcase, the whole entire soaring sprint thing again, because of the fact that we kind of just got yeeted out of there, right? It was like, nope, sorry, no soaring sprint for you. So we're going to eliminate the boss henchman up here and see if the vault actually manages to have any of the things we need in it, because if so, that'll be really good for us and for you guys to get some extra content here. So let's go ahead and just laser him, right? Let's just go ahead and put the absolute laser on these enemies. Go ahead and just boom, boom, boom. We are getting shot from everywhere though. I don't like this. I am not a fan of the fact that we're getting shot by NPCs, bots, everything in the game. So can we just quickly, Can we calm down for a second here? Can I actually get my aim back for a second here as well, though? That would be nice. Go ahead, give me this, please, and thank you. Okay. Now let's focus on these guys while they're actually here, because we are in a very chaotic spot, and can we not damage my vehicle? I need the vehicle, please, to be safe and sound, but I also need the enemies over here to stop shooting me while I'm in the middle of combat. Like, where is the other bullets coming from? I swear I'm getting shot from like 3 different directions right now. Oh, okay. Okay, I feel like we just got sniped or something. Let's go ahead and try playing this very safe here. Very, very safe, please. All right, we are finally done with that. So let's go ahead and grab the vault key card, run our way over to the vault, and try. Can we not do this right now? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, I don't want to do this right now, so thank you for dying with the lucky toe shot right there. Thank you very much. And let's hope and pray that down here we can just get what we need, which is shockwave grenades, so we can be on with our day. But yeah, you know, I thought this would make a nice little, you know, throwaway video, especially during a time when there isn't really much going on in Fortnite, is just trying out a little bit of a thing that I know myself instantly questioned when the update came out, and I know some of you guys are probably questioning as well because you want to see if this is a viable option for you when you're playing the matches out normally on your own. Now, sadly, it doesn't appear like we're going to have a good time finding the shockwaves, but as you guys already saw earlier in the video, it does appear like you actually do get the glider redeploy effect when you mix the two together, and would you speak of the devil. Let's go ahead and just drink a slurp juice, you know, just drink some shield potions real quick, and then let's go ahead and do the final test so we can end off today's video. I think let's hop on top of this building, right? Hop all the way up here, and we need to go to the circle, so let's go ahead and Geronimo! Look at that, and we have glider redeploy right there, so we can actually enable it and go super far. Now, this is like, you know, a way buff version of the original glider redeploy augment, but it requires you to have not only another augment, but you also have to have shockwave grenades in your inventory to take full effect of this. So, you know, it is something that you're going to have to kind of like be in a very situational spot, right? You're gonna have to be in a very situational spot where you have both of the augments, you have shockwave grenades on you, and you're able to actually take advantage of those and use them in a spot where you're not going to just get lasered out of the sky instantly while trying to escape from someone or something like that. And I think the only thing we have left to do for this video so we can end it off is to yeet ourselves off of the loot island and just see how high we actually go. So let's go ahead and do that, and oh my god, look at how high we actually are in the air. That is very cool to see, but of course, with that said, the myth has been slightly confirmed and slightly falsified. You can use shockwave grenades, you can't use the soaring sprint augment, but you can use both of them at the same time with this brand new roaming redeploy augment in the game. So with that said, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Of course, if you did, consider subscribing for the content I create, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. Peace out.